somehow, some way, this guy always falls short for a championship run. What's going on, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and welcome everybody to another Next Gen Diecast review provided by my good friends at Circle B Diecast. And you guys know what time it is. Make sure to use that promo code OBBYT to get $5 off of shipping on your next purchase. And you remember, if you know the rules, it's $30 or more in order for that to kick in, because that's just how things are. Shipping is expensive, and good way to help you guys out in the long run. But today it's gonna be on a diecast that I must say I absolutely love the paint scheme on this, but once again, we got to put this in the records books because I'm starting to think that this guy's starting to turn into like a Mark Martin kind of. Today is going to be on Denny Hamlin's, or Dennis Hamlin's, Dennis, whatever you want to call him, in his 2022 FedEx Express Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Oh, I'm sorry, Ty Gibbs Racing, as Noah Gregson has said and put at the Martinsville race. Yeah, this is one I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting for me to do a review on. It's like, why you waited so long? Because I kind of had a feeling that this guy was going to, somehow make it into the championship four, and in Denny Hamlin fashion, he didn't. So, yeah, now we're in a pretty awkward situation, but I'm not here to roast any Denny Hamlin fans, all right? This diecast is for reviews for y'all, so I'm being gentle, but yikes, that was ugly at what just happened at Martinsville, because he was total dominance in that car, and yeah, the rest was history, because, the playoffs, man. But anyways, let's go and kick off this diecast review, the official unboxing of Denny Hamlin's 2022 FedEx Express car. Oh, Dennis the Menace, when will your time come? Anyways, we got the diecast out of its box, guys, and let me tell you what, guys, FedEx absolutely did an amazing job with this paint scheme, guys. I mean, I know we do criticize them a lot and be like, oh, wow, their paint schemes are so repetitive. Well, they actually brought something new with the table. I mean, I'm sure hope they would, because, like, I didn't want these guys to be like what Henry Motorsports has done. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Henry Motorsports, but what they did with, the Larson's Henrik car and, Willie Byers' Alta car, literally just, pushed the number forward and called it a night. Said, all right, that's the paint scheme. I was hoping that FedEx was going to change things up, and looks like they listened, and heck, they did an absolutely fantastic job. I mean, believe it or not, guys, this before his primary scheme was actually released, this is actually, I guess you could say, very similar to his test car that he drove, because what his test car was basically just like this with a lot less sponsors, and a lot of people really liked it. I mean, I was very fortunate to actually see this car, ran multiple times this season. I mean, it is his primary scheme after all, and I've been to 5 NASCAR races, including the test session that happened at Daytona back in January, which hard to believe it's already been almost a year now since that's happening. So just shows you how quick, the season's gone by. But Denny Hamlin, guys, let me tell you what, it was not a great start to start off the season, guys. I mean, heck, we were talking about like someone who probably was going to have like a Kevin Harvick or Kyle Busch moment where they were starting to get to the lowest point of their career. And Hamlin definitely, I mean, besides finishing runner-up at this year's Daytona 500, he actually, believe it or not, he, wow, I actually made a miscalculation. Look at me, I'm actually living in the past. So actually, Denny Hamlin, from what I remember, I should have known this. I was at the race. I'm literally recording this after the Martinsville race, so I got a lot of different thoughts going in my head, so bear with me, guys. So to correct myself, Denny Hamlin actually crashed at this year's Daytona 500, on lap 63. So that was pretty exciting to see, because seeing Denny Hamlin win at Daytona again would have been pretty, not embarrassing, but just be like, oh, him again, Jesus. But yeah, that crash at Daytona is what led to many other disappointments that we've had early on in the season for Denny Hamlin. My God, I mean, I think in the last first 10 races or so, he got like 3 or 4 DNFs. So it was pretty inconsistent for Denny Hamlin for him to start off like this, start off this season after, being a championship contender for quite a few years now. But, he's always find a way to just, I guess you could say, I don't want to say choke, but, he always misses out on, finding ways to win a championship, which is, I feel like time is starting to run out for this guy pretty soon, especially he's now in his second year being a full-time owner, for 2311 Racing. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, leading into that, guys, I mean, he still had some struggles and some runs, and then eventually, once we got to the spring Richmond race, that's when things kind of started rocking and rolling. I mean, I know most of the Toyotas have been off this year, like my boy Truex and Kyle Busch. Holy shit, dude! Yeah, it's been a rough year for Kyle Busch. But heck, at least Christopher Bell's going to be in the Final Four, so, there's still some hopes for Joe Gibbs Racing. So, yeah, but you see right here, guys, I love the gradients and the different, I don't know, let me go and show you guys the front end. I was going to be talking more about Denny Hamlin throughout the season. But yeah, Denny Hamlin was able to go off and, win the Richmond race, even though that should have been Truex's, but heck, he pulled off the better strategy. And Hamlin actually won another Crown Jewel race and won this year's 600, which was a complete, crash fest, but it was entertaining as hell. It was stupid entertainment at its finest. You gotta love what the 600 brought. But look at this front end, guys. I absolutely love how the purple is like transitioned. I don't know why that I kind of wish like the purple would extend it out right here where the headlights, where the headlight decals are. I know they're not headlights, but they're decals. But I love the gradient and the orange is starting to peek into these grills right here. That's really cool. It kind of gives this car a little more pizzazz. Kind of reminds me of like what the Sun Energy 1 cars used to look like, or what the Denny Hamlin cars used to look like in his early years. But the purple and white transition looks really cool, and you see right there, guys, this is how you portray sponsorships, guys. I'm really glad that this is actually the only JGR car that I noticed that does not have all the sponsors that are usually on the decklet. They actually somehow managed to squeeze it into right here underneath, which is really cool. But you see the gradient. I like how the gradient even, transitions where the FedEx logo is. So you see it's purple right there, we're Fed, and then when it gets to X, it turns to orange. That's when the paint scheme turns to orange. So that's really cool, and it's a nice little transition as well, guys. I mean, usually we do criticize Lionel about the transitions, but this looks really nice. As I'm going to show you guys a nice little more closer look, but you see right there. Still got some weird residue marks on this car because, that's Lionel. They always find residue marks, or, it's a raced version. By the way, Hamlin's Richmond win is also available in 1/64 scale for the die-cast metal chassis, but this will be coming out of the ARC very soon. You see the rear diffuser and the detailed spoiler right there. I like how the purple is even, that's a really good job that they add that purple, because otherwise you would not notice that's Toyota logo, or it would have been black, which would look random. FedEx.deliver, we got more FedEx Express. And this side is probably, I believe it's the same as the other side. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the one thing I actually would have liked for them to change is that, actually, no, they probably could. I kind of wish, like, FedEx would have changed their colors from orange, to match with the paint scheme, and then change it to purple. I think that would look really nice. But I know a lot of people would be like, well, they can't because copyright. But look, I mean, heck, you can't tell me you can't change that. I mean, I don't even know what the colors are for FedEx. I mean, that's just their company's colors, so they can do whatever they want with it. But I don't know. I think that would look a lot more nicer, but I do love this paint scheme layout. Oh my God, look at that decal lineup. Look at that. Look at that arch. Look at that little sucker sticking out like a sore thumb. Like, whoop. Yep, that's Lionel quality control at its finest. All right, but we are already now like 6 minutes into the review, so I'm gonna go and show you guys this half-second comparison of the Denny Hamlin car from last year. And yes, I know it's a metal chassis diecast, but it just shows you just pretty much exactly what the same paint scheme is. But one thing I do like is that they actually, put FedEx Express on the hood compared to just saying FedEx on the front. I didn't mind this paint scheme that we had from we had this paint scheme for like a few years now, guys, from 2021 and under. But I think I just feel like that the paint scheme is just a little more, it looks a lot more better, to be honest with you guys, with that gradient. I mean, this paint scheme is pretty traditional. I mean, it kind of just, FedEx is very uniform with their paint schemes. Like, they always match it with their sponsors, but I think they did a better job on the 2022 variant than this one. Just because of that gradient, guys. I know a lot of people will be like, well, the Sport Clips logo looks really weird. I mean, I wish I think it's because of the red and Sport Clips. If that was just all black, I think that would look better. But, heck, it could be worse. I mean, it seems like Sport Clips kind of got a downgrade, because it looks like the logo is more bigger here than it is on the, the fender of the next-gen car. But, heck, it's a Denny Hamlin car after all, guys. But I think they did a better job being creative. But knowing us and knowing how the Denny Hamlin FedEx schemes are, this scheme is going to get old very quickly. I kind of hope not. I mean, they have been changing up the logos and stuff. I mean, shit, like what at his Martinsville race, I think they changed up some of the wording for FedEx. That's that like FedEx delivery or something like that. So they're getting better, but I don't know. I just like this paint scheme a lot better because, heck, I wish we went back to the colored FedEx cars, but, that's all based on the company. I don't think they, have those separate companies anymore. They're all merged into one now. That's the main reason why. But still, it would look nice. I mean, we did got a nice throwback, guys, from, the Goodyear 400 Darlington race, and I did saw that in person. So that was cool. But anyways, feel free to comment below if you have anything else to share about this diecast, as, yeah, Denny Hamlin. It looks like it's going to be another year of pain and misery, and wait for him to see if he can lock himself in the championship round next year. But until then, guys, this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. Thank you guys for watching this diecast review, this next-gen diecast review of Denny Hamlin's 2022 FedEx Express Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Comment, like, subscribe. This has been OBB. I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, toodaloo, everyone.